Election Day is coming up, and for more than 15 million people, this will be their first time voting in a presidential election. I'm one of them, and we're deciding on who's going to be the next president, who's going to Congress to represent us, and propositions that could change life as we know it. That's a big responsibility, and one that could seem overwhelming, especially if this is your first time. So, here's what you need to know to make sure your voice is heard in November. Let's start with the basics. When is Election Day? It's November 3rd. Remember, it's always the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. Okay, so now that you know when to vote, how about how to do it? First step, get registered. The easiest way is to just search your state's name and register to vote. For California voters, you'll be directed to the Secretary of State's website. Just follow those steps and you'll be registered in under 2 minutes. Yes, it is that easy. Just make sure you have your ID and Social Security number on hand. So now that you're registered, what happens on Election Day? Well, if you're voting in person, you can find your polling place on vote.org. And here in California, you don't need an ID to cast your ballot, but in some states you do. So just make sure you know your state's requirements. The other way to vote is by mail. All registered voters in California will be mailed an absentee ballot. Once you get your ballot, only use a black or blue pen to mark your choices because pencils and red pens are not allowed. When you're done, sign the back of the envelope before dropping it off in the mail. And remember, to make sure your ballot is counted, the earlier you drop it off, the better. All right, so now that you know how to register to vote and how to make sure your vote is counted, head over to our website at nbcbayarea.com for a full rundown of deadlines, candidates, and propositions. It's great to be a voter, but even better to be an informed one. Lalee Ibssa, NBC Bay Area News.